everybody. Hope you're having a great day today. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video asking my viewers to send me information about your setups. What Linux distro do you use? What kind of hardware are you using? I got quite a bit of people that actually responded, and I'm going to try to get all of those in this video today and show you what everybody else out there is using. Thank you guys so much for sending me the info. There are so many different systems and so many different specifications that are being ran and so many different customized looks. I was really impressed, so thank you guys so much. The first one we're going to take a look at today is from Mark Billy A Salandu, and he just basically says, I've been watching your YouTube video for a while and I'm writing this email to respond to you. And what he's using is a 2015 Dell Inspiron laptop with 8 gigabytes of memory, i7 processor with an NVIDIA GPU, and the applications that he installed is LibreOffice, Firefox, VS Code, Flameshot, GIMP, KVE, and etc. He is using Endeavor OS with the LXQT desktop. Now, I don't know about you all, but this is a very decent looking system. I like the way he's got it set up. I think it's beautiful. I'm trying to make it bigger here so it's easier to see. But as you can see up here in the NeoFetch, he's got the 6.2.2 Arch kernel. I like the subdued background. I like his dock, and I like the setup. I don't see a lot of LXQT, and it is a great desktop environment. So thank you so much for sending that in. And the next one comes to us from Dave Goodman. He says, hey eBuzz, I run a Ryzen 2600X with an NVIDIA 1660 Super. Use case in gaming, video editing, and hi-fi music. Fedora and Arch on separate NVMe drives for whatever mood strikes me. And as you can see down here, I like his setup over here. He's got his game controller right there. There's Fedora there, and then you can see his game library up here. I really like this setup. And as you can see, there's the credits on one of my videos. I appreciate him for including that. But you got your microphone over here. It's a great looking setup. And he's also got over here, he's got a little monitor over here too. So I don't know what's going on over here. Another video game controller. So he's got a lot going on right here. It's a really nice looking setup. I like the smaller keyboard that he has. So what do you guys think? Is this a setup you like to have? And that almost looks like my son's CyberPower PC. Wonder if that's got some of the same specs. I could be wrong, but thank you so much for sending that in. Okay, our next setup is sent in by Wahir AlWasif. I hope I got that name right. If I didn't get it right, please let me know in the comments below. And he basically states I'm using an HP Envy laptop. It's running Garuda Linux, and I mean, that's pretty obvious. I like that look. He said as an NVIDIA user, he did have a problem running Linux. He needed to set IBT to off as a kernel parameter to get proprietary drivers running. Otherwise, it would be black screen after logging in. So if you're out there running NVIDIA drivers and you're having an issue, remember to double check the IBT equal off in the kernel parameter, and maybe that'll help you out. He ditched Manjaro and went for Garuda months ago. That is his setup right there. I like the look of it. And basically, you're getting the out-of-the-box look of Garuda on KDE. And as you can see down here, he's got the 11th gen Intel processor and the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650. And I really like that setup. Thank you so much for sending that in. The next one comes to us from Steel Kane. He said, this is the info on my orange box I built from older parts I had after upgrading a friend's PC. He's built and tried many different Linux flavors, and he's on Garuda right now. And I do like the setup he's got here, but he also sent a couple of pictures of his actual machine. So what I want to do real quick, let's take a look at it. And there's our first picture of it. I like it. Looks like he's got it open up over here so he can get quite a bit of air into it. And I can see monitor down here, and it looks like he's got another tower back here. Wonder what he's got going there. And there's a close-up of the side. Getting a lot of air in there. It's got a lot of fans. You got 2 up top, 3 up front. Then you've got your graphics card fans. I like that. I like the way that looks. And then, of course, what it looks like with all the lights out, all the RGB. I really enjoy that. And if I look down here, I see a monitor down here. That looks almost like a MX Conky. Am I wrong? Is that an MX Conky that I see down there? Let me know. That doesn't look like Garuda. I could be wrong. But that screenshot down there looks like you might have MX running on something else. So if you do, let me know. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. The next one we have is from Alexandre Muen. Hopefully I got that name correctly. He says he has been fully switched to Linux since 2021, and he is using Zorin 16, which is way more Windows friendly than Mint. He does have Windows 10 on a virtual machine with a USB pass-through that will likely be deleted at the end of the year. And he's using that just in case he needs to use some tools that he still is relying on with Windows until he can get completely switched over. But he's doing writing, web development, game development, and he's doing a little bit of art on it, he said, as well. And using Blender and Krita, and then other stuff. He uses Samba, and he does have other versions of MX, Solus, and Zorin 15. One of them's on an older PC that has 24 gigabytes of RAM, DDR3. But he wanted to share that with us. That's the first screenshot. And he does have a second screenshot right here. I really like this look. I like the way it's set up. I like the fact that he does have a bar down here, and then he also has a bar that pops out over here. So I think that's a really nice setup. What do y'all think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And this one was sent in by colato. He doesn't give any specs on his machine, but we should be able to see down here he's running an Intel i3 with the Intel Skylake GT2, sorry. And then he also has the NVIDIA GeForce 920 MX, and he's running LMDE, Linux Mint Debian Edition. And he said he set it up to look like Ubuntu Unity, and it's meant to look like that, and everything works fine as it is. He did change some things like how the panel looks or the menu, nothing too crazy. He just wanted to get it set up for the way he wanted his workflow. And that's what Linux is all about, and that's why I wanted to share a lot of this, or I wanted you guys to share it with me so I can make a video and share it with my other viewers out there. That's the beauty of Linux. We can customize it and make it look any way we want to and make it really our personal operating system and not have to worry about all the tracking and everything. So, colato, thank you so much for sending that in. Next one we have is from David H. Paul. And he said, per your recent video asking us to show our systems, here you go. I have got the KDE desktop on Nobara. He loves to use KDE Plasma. And he does a little gaming with Steam, Brave Browser, OnlyOffice, Telegram Desktop, Overgrib, and other KDE suite apps. He's got a Ryzen 5, and he's got a RX 580 GPU, 2 NVMe drives, 16 gigabytes of T-Force RAM on an MSI Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard in a Corsair high airflow case. I wish I'd have got a picture of that. That sounds really impressive, but I do love the way this looks. I like this up here. I like the way the Sunday and the time is. I really enjoy that. I like his dock that he has down here. I love the KDE logo with the different colors. And then, of course, his different desktops up here. Sorry about that, guys. And then you can see it looks like he's got Google Drive, Steam, Telegram. He's got his clipboard up top. So that's a great looking desktop. I like that. I really enjoy that wallpaper. So you guys, let me know. Let me know what you think about this setup. And David, thank you so much for sending this in. And the next one we have is from Layla F. She says her laptop is a gaming laptop. It's a Dell G15 Ryzen edition. It uses the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 with the Ryzen 5. She uses this laptop as a normal everyday laptop. She plays games like Minecraft, and she does notice that games run better than on Windows. So she's running games on Linux better than she gets on Windows. And I can make it look the way I want, way more than on Windows. The apps that I use are emulators, Steam, Spotify, nothing really special. I just wanted to share this with you. And as you can see over here, it looks like she's using FlameShot, a great screenshot tool, and it gives you so many different tools that you can use on it after you've taken the screenshot. Then you've got Steam, Spotify, Discord. Looks like she's using the Vivaldi browser, and she also sent us a NeoFetch, and it looks as though she's using Pop! OS 22.04, and there's her AMD and her NVIDIA. Layla, thank you so much for sending that in. Love the background. I love the laid-back look. Thank you so much for sending that in, Layla. Thank you for sharing that. The next one comes from Orca Flata, and he's got AMD and NVIDIA, and he's running Manjaro Mate. Always has a lot of other Linuxes on 2 cheapo SFF Lenovo's, just for testing. For himself, he likes to stick with Manjaro. Check that. He likes to stick with Arch derivatives. I love the look of this. One of the things I love is I love the background. Mandalorian, this is the way. And then down here, you've got your menu down here. And it looks like we're on Manjaro, and it's 6.1.12-1. And where is the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X NVIDIA GeForce GTX 770? And it says right here, after trying out many Archie distros, I'm finally back at where I started in 2013. Tried and trusted Manjaro. I've had issues with Manjaro in the past, but a lot of the people that are watching my channel don't have any issues with Manjaro at all. That's what's great about Linux, is if you find something that works for you, stick with it. You're not getting tracked. You've got freedom. You've got free as in freedom and free as in free. I mean, this is a great looking setup. Loving the Mandalorian wallpaper. Thank you so much, Orca Flata, for sending that in. Now, the next one comes to me from Grayson Petty. And I like Grayson. He's actually releasing some videos over on Odyssey. I truly like him. This is a Lion Li-011 Mini Air. Can fit within a 19-inch rack while still being ATX, which is very nice for me for easily hiding my computer inside of the 37U rack enclosure. AMD Ryzen 9, 32 gigabytes of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. Can't turn off the lighting, unfortunately. 256 gigabyte NVMe for Navarro 36, 4 terabyte NVMe for home, and 2 terabyte hard drive for Windows. And like I said, he does make videos, okay? And he is over on Odyssey. So if you want to look him up over there, it's Grayson Petty, and that's Peddie, over on Odyssey. But thank you for sending that in, Grayson. I appreciate it, and thank you for watching my channel, and I'm going to definitely keep an eye on yours over on Odyssey. Thank you so much. Next one up is from Ken. He says he's used and packaged for PC Linux OS RPM base for many years and used Linux for 20 plus years. He recently created a PC Linux OS Debian edition about a year ago. He says he's the only developer and maintainer. I create many of my apps myself. It is a rolling release based on the Debian unstable branch. And if you guys are interested in taking a look at it, it's www.pclosdebian.com. Once again, that's pclosdebian.com. And you can go over and take a look at it. He says it works well. It's very stable. What more can I say? But I enjoy all the reviews you post. Keep them rolling. Thank you so much, Ken. And thank you for sharing your desktop. Now, I do like this. I like this layout. I like the bull right there. That reminds me, I don't know, this may be a geek check for me, but that reminds me of the bull that they had on the first Percy Jackson movie. The kids wore that out, and that's what it looks like to me. So that's Ken's screenshot. And like I said, if you're interested in taking a look at his distribution that he's doing, it's www.pclosdebian.com. Thank you, Ken, for sending that in. Okay, the next one we're going to take a look at is coming from John Thornton. This is a screenshot he sent me. Now, this is Ubuntu Studio 22.04.2. He's got it on a 2011 desktop PC. Now, it's an i5 2500 CPU, 3.3 gigahertz quad core, GeForce GTX 650 video card. And how long has he been off of Windows? He left Windows 7 for good in 2019 and went all Linux. And he sent me a lot of information of why he's not on Windows anymore. But really, guys, Linux is so great. It makes switching easy, and you can do so much on it. And it looks like he's using Firefox there. He does have the Brave browser. He's got Time Shift right there. Thunderbird for his mail. So it's a nice setup. I really like the wallpaper too. Vintage Australian ice blocks and ice cream. That's cool. I like that wallpaper. So, John, thank you so much for sharing with us. And this one comes to us from Paul Borshardt. He says he's 67 years old, and he really enjoys Linux. He attached the pic of his system. He didn't crop it, but figured you'd see the normal desktop on my left monitor. This is the gaming version of Garuda. And yes, I do like the dragon background, but I'm still a nature freak. So, right over here, you've got his base Garuda, and then over here, you've got his settings. I like the setup. I've always liked the look of Garuda. Some people can't handle the icons. Doesn't bother me too much. Sometimes I change them, sometimes I don't. But Paul, thank you so much for sharing your desktop. Okay, our next comes from Marcus Werner. What we're looking at right here is a notebook T470S with Garuda, just for fun and see how it goes. Maybe my second stream PC and also for music. But that's his first picture that he sent us. On a ThinkPad, I believe that's a Core i5, so that's a strong little machine right there. Them ThinkPads will last forever, especially with Linux on them. Now, he sent us another picture. Hold on here. Let me bring it up. And this right here is a Surface Laptop 2 with Linux FX to show my Windows fanboys how Linux can be. He's using OpenOffice, LibreOffice, and all MS apps for Linux to show how it goes. But there you go, you've got Linux on a Surface laptop, and it looks like it's right there on top of his ThinkPad. All right, he sent us another one. Let's take a look at it. And this right here looks like a notebook E570 with an Ubuntu Studio. This will be his mainstream machine and main machine for making anything with music. So that's a GeForce, that's NVIDIA, and that's a Core i7, another ThinkPad. Like I said, them things will run forever, and they're still pretty quick when you put Linux on them. And the last one he sent us is his ThinkCenter M910 with MX Linux. This is his main PC, and he's using it for internet, browsing gaming, Twitch, friends content, YouTube, OpenOffice, LibreOffice, GIMP, and many more. He has some more laptops with other Linux distros for testing purposes. So Marcus is deep into Linux. He's putting it on everything he's got. And he is one of the people that I say, look, you know, if you can switch to Linux, there you go. I love the look at this. We got USBs everywhere. We got wires. We got our ThinkCenter set up over here. Marcus, thank you so much for taking the time out to send me an email and share pictures of your setups with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, the next one up here comes from Tinfoil Hat. He says his hardware is an AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 5750G, AMD ATI Radeon RX 6600 XT, 64 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte NVMe SSDs, and 8 terabyte hard drive. OS Linux Mint, desktop environment, Cinnamon, XFCE4, and awesome window managers. They are all installed on the same machine, same installation, and same user. And he installed it on the 3rd of January 2023. And he uses apps, everything from Brave browser, Tor browser, Kali, Traffic, NetThrough, Unix, Gateway, Debian with Docker, smartphone. He uses his Linux for browsing, system admin stuff, working with various VMs, chatting, Office, multimedia, gaming. And I like the setup. I like the weather widget here. I like the overall outlook of everything. And it looks right here like he's got his tinfoil-hat.net, a secure home for every tinfoil hat. So maybe go over there and check that out, guys. Like I said, it's right here. It's tinfoil-hat.net. Zip on over, check it out. Throw him a message. Tell him you saw his system over here on this video. But Tinfoil, thank you so much for sending that in. I sure appreciate it. And guys, that's the first set of emails that I received showing me your daily drivers, showing me your Linux setup, showing me how you Linux. That's what I like to say, how you Linux. Because I Linux different than a lot of people, and you guys do as well. But thank you so much for taking the time out, sharing that with me. That's why I wanted to put this video together, and thank you guys for taking that time. But if you're watching this video and you haven't switched to Linux, or maybe you're somebody that's just interested in Linux, you can see here there's many different ways and many different angles you can take at using Linux and customizing it and setting it up and making it your personal OS. You can't do that with Windows or Mac. Once again, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out. Correction, guys and girls, thank you so much for taking the time out to send me pictures and share your information with me. It means a lot to me. If you guys seen this video and you've got any questions for the people that have sent something in, please drop that in the comments below, because they're watching this. Maybe they can answer it. If you've got a question about wallpapers or the way a certain thing is set up on their system, drop that in the comments. I'm sure they'll take the time to answer you. Do me a favor before you leave today. Please like the channel. Likes keep me in YouTube's algorithm, which means if you found the information in this video helpful, somebody else out there might as well. And subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. And if you end up not liking me, you can always unsubscribe. As always, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video.